balcony there. Fabulous. Welcome to the Vancouver Aquarium. My name is Mark. We are standing in front of our Wild Coast exhibit here. This is a replica of the Pacific Ocean. What we're going to do today is we're going to take a little tour through this area of the world, and we're going to learn about one of the most amazing creatures that makes their home off of our coastlines. We're going to find out exactly what this animal is. We're going to find out their entire global range. We're going to find out how to tell them apart as individuals and where they fit into the Pacific Ocean.
This guy knows.
To help us on our journey today, we've got two trainers. We've got Sherry and Leonora. They're going to be assisting us as we meet two unique individuals. So allow me to introduce you to the lovely and beautiful Hannah. Hannah is the youngest dolphin within this exhibit. She's approximately 14 years old in her mid-teens. And next up, we will introduce you to the only male. This here is Now, I'm sure you figured it out that we are taking a look at dolphins today, but that is very vague, as there are 43 different kinds of dolphins and porpoises worldwide, and 11 of these animals make their home off of British Columbia's coastline. What exactly are we looking at today? Well, in order to answer that question, we must take a look at the animal's coloration.
Yeah, you see them?
The color patterns that these animals do have on their bodies are going to give us a hint as to what we are into. Dark backs, white bellies, white stripes along their sides does tell me that we're looking at the Pacific white-sided dolphin. Now this animal has a very strong range, like from the northern coast of Mexico all the way up to Alaska, back and around over to the Asian Pacific side as well. Of course, the other way of telling you this is a Pacific white-sided dolphin is to know that these animals are very fast, extremely social, animals, as we have seen here, and we shall continue to see throughout our journey of scientific research and exploration. One of our dolphins just did a vertical spin up in the air. We did that. Identifying these individuals is certainly one of the things that scientists are trying to do about the open ocean. This is going to help us keep track of populations, help us know what family groupings look like, find out where these animals are moving to, what they're eating, where they're eating, all of these sorts of questions. To identify the individual, scientists prefer to take photographs of these animals so they can study the unique individual qualities that these animals do have. So I'd like to invite you now to take some photographs of our Pacific Western dolphins as they make their way up onto the dock here. Spinnaker's closest to me, Hannah's furthest away. You can definitely see how they differ in bodies, shape, size, color patterns. Getting a very good, unique look here at these dolphins. However, it can be very difficult to see two dolphins up on a dock like that side by side out in the open ocean. So scientists have instead learned to look towards the part of the dolphin's body that comes out of the water most often, which is, of course, their dorsal fin. In looking at the dorsal fins of these dolphins, you can definitely see how they're all very unique and individual. Hannah's at the end of the dock comes to a triangle shape. Spinnaker's has a real nice hook shape to it and is mostly a lighter shade of gray. No two dorsal fins are alike, and identifying these animals by dorsal fin is very similar to the way that the police look at thumbprints of human beings to identify them as individuals. Once we've identified the individual, we want to go into our food web research. Now, Pacific white-sided dolphins are a little bit on the unique side, as they actually fit right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean's food web, which means that they act as both predator and prey within their ecosystem. Let's take a look at them as a predator first. Inside their mouths, they have 100 to 120 very sharp cone-shaped teeth. These teeth are not used for chewing, these are grabbing teeth. The dolphin is going to swim through the water, chomp down on any kind of small animal they can find, like a herring or a squid, and they're going to swallow that food item whole, which makes it very effortless, no chewing required. Now, sometimes the dolphin will go after larger food items, like something like a Pacific salmon, which is a larger food item. Dolphins, are you going to swallow a salmon whole? No? They don't seem to think so. They're not actually answering my question, but they are displaying for us a really good technique that will be used in the instance that they catch a salmon. Back and forth motion will rip that animal up into smaller chunks they can swallow. We'll close up that nutshell. That is essentially dolphins as a predator. Much more interesting to look at them as an item of prey, as they're very good at defending themselves. One of their defenses is built right into their skin. Dark backs, white bellies. This provides them with a form of camouflage that we refer to as counter shading. Now what this means is if a predator is approaching from above, the dark back helps them blend into the ocean's floor. Likewise, should a predator be approaching from beneath, the white belly on this dolphin does help them to blend into the sky above. Now, who's doing this? Who's going after the Pacific white-sided dolphin? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's very large. It's black. It's white. It is a Killer whale, absolutely. Now to defend themselves against a killer whale, the Pacific white-sided dolphin is going to use their great speed and agility to move through the water very, very quickly. Take notice here as Spinnaker is squeezing around his habitat, using his very high crew dynamic body, can certainly outswim and outmaneuver a mammal as large as a killer whale. When thinking of another animal, we're going to think of one that's also quite large. It's a very short key stage. We know about it anyway. It's not a seagull. It is a shark, absolutely. Now, to defend themselves against a shark, the Pacific white-sided dolphin is going to be a little bit more aggressive. At the edge of their mouth, they have a very hard point, which is known as the rostrum. This rostrum will be employed as a defense tool. Imagine, if you will, that this yellow, happy-faced basketball is in fact a angry-faced shark. You're going to get an opportunity here to see what Hannah does using her rostrum. A couple of rostrum pounds and the ball is right back to her trainer, using almost no effort whatsoever. These dolphins are very skilled using this part of their body to powerfully deter a shark, but they can also use their backsides as a deterrent as well. Using their very powerful tail flukes, they can also administer a very devastating blow to a shark. Now, I don't know about you folks, but if I got smoked in the face by one of those tails, I probably wouldn't want dolphin for dinner either. Which brings us to our third and final, probably most dangerous of predators. You know this one very well. It is standing next to you, to your left and to your right. It is us, as human beings. We're very dangerous to the Pacific white-sided dolphin. The two animals we've been looking at today have been very personally affected by human beings, as they were actually entangled into discarded fishing nets. They have sustained injuries that prevent them from being re-released out into the open ocean, and now they live with us here in the aquarium as what is considered to be a non-releasable rehabilitation. We can certainly prevent more tragedies like this occurring, because a lot of them don't have as happy an ending as these dolphins that we see here today. Now, if you choose a sustainable seafood item, this means items that are caught in the ocean in ways that are not going to harm unsustainable fisheries, like unsustainable populations, and also food items that are not going to leave debris in the water. These dolphins are going to have a much safer and healthier habitat. Now, to assist you in choosing sustainable seafood, the Vancouver Aquarium has established what we call Ocean-Wise. It is a sustainable seafood program. You can look for our logo in different venues around town. As for these dolphins, they have done a great job of being ambassadors to their species. So we will see them one more time as we keep them up in the air. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this here is Spinnaker steaming up the companion this year. It's Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, our training staff, and our Pacific white-sided dolphins, I'd like to thank you for joining us for our dolphin show today. We have reached the tail end of our show. That's funny because the dolphins' tails are up in the air. If you have any questions for me, again, my name is Mark. I'll hang out down here by the dock. Feel free to come up and pick my brain for a little bit, and please enjoy the rest of your day here at the aquarium.
Too short.